What's up?
That's my teenage years right there, man.
That does seem to be a weird throwback. That's brand new, by the way. Prong dropping a brand new one today.
God.
End of sanity. I remember when these guys came out, my brother Dave actually got me a copy of their brand new ones at the time. I think it was actually CD, too, which was weird because I was still playing a lot of cassettes at the time. If that gives
in
you
that
any
transitionary period between medias.
Yeah, it was like 95.
Before Discmans were like $20 a pop.
Yeah, I'm going to say 95, 96. But anyway, these guys came through Lubbock, where he was working in the Depot District at the time. I think like the Palladian or Liquid 2000 or whatever the fuck they were calling themselves at the time. It's Jake's now, but
yeah. Well, if it was 96 and after, it was Liquid. So probably it was pre-96.
So probably the Palladian, yeah. But yeah, these guys came through, and so he'd hooked me up with some of their shit, like notably like a cap and a CD. Like CD, I've only got like 5 of these bitches, you know.
I had a Sega CD before I had a CD player.
Yeah.
First time I bought a music CD
no, absolutely.
was because I had a Sega CD. I was like, oh my God, so cool. And the idea was like, well, this is just like tapes, only way less convenient. Just because of my process of being able to play it.
Yeah. Now, I did buy the sound thing because my problem is with fucking cassettes, I would wear them out. If I liked your shit, there's a pretty good chance that thing start to get a little stretchy.
Well, my brother had given me his record player, and I was still actually kind of jamming that and appreciated the quality then.
Right.
I know something about the pops and
the gray noise, yeah.
You know, it's just
white noise, I guess.
Very soothing to my dome.
Well, and that's why a lot of people dig it now. That's why vinyl's kind of making a comeback in a pretty big way.
Even they put out a fucking Walkman. Sony did for the 40th anniversary of the Walkman.
Well, they can suck D's nuts because I'm not going back to cassette. The vinyl thing makes sense. I get it.
Yeah,
because you're getting a big piece of artwork.
It's artwork. Fuck
you know. And
cassettes are straight up nostalgia.
Yeah, that's all that shit is.
And unless you're gonna fucking buy a tape and put something over the top and record your own mixtape over it, there's no point in buying cassettes.
Yeah, well, even that, there's better media for that. You can do it digitally. Hand somebody a fucking thumb drive. There you go, my mix list.
Because I love you, but I'm gonna need that fucking jump drive back. It's the only one I got.
God, even those things are cheap as shit. What, $5 for one that'll hold like almost a gig now?
Yeah.
Probably 500 meg, but yeah.
Oh, no way, man. Fuck. You can get I got a 512 gig for $49.99.
Yeah.
That's nearly a T.
Right.
That's half a T.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing. I'd had a friend of mine in the music business put a single on one, and it was a goddamn 500 fucking gig thumb drive. It's like, did you do this for every radio station on planet Earth?
Well, if you're going to go hard. Go for the top tier thumb drive.
You know, they got them a lot cheaper than this. You know, and I have no idea because as huge as that thing was, had the band's fucking monogram on it, their logo and monogram on the other side.
That's more money.
It's like, man, it's like a $50, $60 piece of fucking gear for a single.
That will be gone and filled with like porn.
It must have been something that they I don't know, with the label. I have no idea. I have no idea how that came about.
I mean, it's cool as shit. You know, it's really cool. It's a good way to easily throw your stuff out there and give someone something that they'll probably hold on to.
Yeah, and if they don't like your shit, then maybe they'll start adding a lot of other stuff. And, you know.
Yeah, that's when they use it to start blowing up other people's computers and shit.
Putting important files and shit on there. Like, thanks for the music, guys.
Here's my will. I'm going to put my PDFs on here now.
Yeesh. Mead Metal MMA podcast. Catching a little early this time.
That might be a record.
Yeah.
That might be a record for intro.
Not really. I think, for this year, maybe. We should do it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, but like usually nowadays you'd hear it 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, just make the punters keep guessing, as they would say, across the pond.
I forgot to open up my notes. Got to let people know what's going down.
Got some good shit, do you?
Well, I gotta know when shit happens on this here timeline.
Oh yeah, because you're keeping track of time signatures, so people can blow right through the good shit to get the stuff they want.
Continue with the intro while I get this done.
Of course, Mead Metal MMA podcast, where we get together to talk about those three things. If you haven't figured it out yet, Mead, talk about metal, talk about MMA. Mead update has been pretty stagnant lately. It will not be next week because we are going to be getting in a couple of cases. bottles and go ahead and rack over the Holly King 2019 incarnation. I want to say the last one we did was 2016, but it might have been 17. It seems like it might have been 2017. Oh, yeah, we have a label up there, don't we?
It says 16.
Okay. Well, there we go then. So it's been 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. Well, I knew.
Because we started that. God, you almost want to think we started it at the end of 2017 almost.
The first batch.
Wait, no, the second batch.
Oh, this batch we started in January.
Yeah.
That'd been 11 months ago.
Yeah, goddamn.
I mean, which is a pretty good passage of time. And this should have the subtlety of being a very nice aged mead. I always like that when people come up, hey, man, you know they got a machine that makes it taste like it's been aged. I don't care. I could probably tell the difference.
Did the Vikings use it?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, well, there's a lot of other shit we could be doing, too, to make our lives easier, but we don't. We're not doing this to try to crank out the maximum velocity of mead that we can, in our production.
No, we're wanting to make liquor that the ancients made.
That's exactly right.
They didn't have machines. I mean, gosh, they drank dead yeast and all.
Right.
They didn't rack shit.
Yeah.
Or try to put fancy labels on a bottle. They just poured that thing in a bag and went to town. Or horn if you were lucky enough.
Do a goat bladder.
There you go. See? Something easily accessible at that time.
Called them wine skins at the time. But yeah, they were goat guts. That's what
the skull of a small child.
Or sheep, not goats. Sheeps. You want to have that great big bladder, not the little tiny one.
Sure. A good stretched one.
See, that's why I know that I will never be repurposed, at least a bladder, to make for a wineskin, because mine is about the size of a thimble. That those who listen to this show know.
I was doing pretty well there for a little bit, but then I wasn't.
My problem is I drink like all day, and then we do the show, and I'm sitting around going, wow, I wonder why I got to get up twice in the middle of the show. Well, it's because the seal's been cracked already.
That's true.
And I've probably got about a gallon of beer in my belly by the time this gets started. But
as one should.
That is the mead update for the week. We'll be bottling that shit next week. You might be wondering what's the next thing we're going to start. I don't know. We're open for suggestions, but probably Troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
I think that's about where we are due.
Half batch, full batch, Troublemaker.
It doesn't make any sense to do a half batch, so
I know, because I would drink more than that.
Well, the only time a half batch would make sense is if we get like a 2.5, 3 gallon wooden stave barrel to put up on top of the mini bar over here,
which we've thought about. We've chatted about it from time to time over the past year or so.
I don't think it would go as fast as we think it would.
You're probably right.
And I think it might get a little funky after a while. I just don't know.
It just depends on the rate it's enjoyed.
Right.
If it hangs out up there for 3 months, who knows?
Mead is not beer. It's not a festive, hey, let's all fucking drink as much of this as we can get away with, like beer.
I don't know. Sometimes it feels like it is to me.
Well, maybe, yeah, it's your own home or something, or after I've fucking already crashed and you and Ruben
I'm telling you, Ruben's a bad influence on me.
You and Ruben put away.
You need to be awake so Ruben doesn't fucking influence me to drink a lot of mead.
So I can, say, that's it, gents, going to bed. Get the fuck out of here.
That doesn't sound good either.
I'll start telling him, just as he had posted on Facebook today, I'll just start quoting the song Closing Time by Supersonic or Semisonic or whatever the fuck they were. Semisonic. I'll start telling him, hey, man, you're apparently a fan of that song, bro. Time to go.
Brandon can stay, but as long as he's by himself, he's not going to drink any mead.
Man, you little fuck's getting into some mischief around here.
Now, we're like brothers, man. We're like little brothers.
The upside is if there's any food, I don't have to worry about it because I know you two cunts are going to put that away, and I won't have to worry about leftovers.
Only if it's hot dogs, I'll says. Everything I always defer to Ruben.
Even that pan of lasagna. There was like a half a pan of lasagna that one time.
I had about half a pan.
Well, there you go. And then I was wondering where the half went. So
wait, hold on. My math might be wrong on this.
I think your math is wrong.
Because Ruben ate a lot as well.
I went to bed.
You made like
we
two,
had consumed.
Right?
No, we had one pan.
Okay.
We consumed half of that pan. By the time I called it a night. Got up the next morning, like, oh, cool. All I got to do is dishes then. Even though that was one day I was like, surely I made enough lasagna to where I can have some leftovers for breakfast.
No, I got me a corner piece. I got me a corner piece of lasagna because it looked like it had a lot of crusted cheese on it.
Right.
So I cut it out. And then Ruben saw me going to the trough, so he went to the trough as well.
Sure.
Times 3.
It's actually all right.
Oh, no.
I'm not a huge leftover guy.
We're not throwing anybody under the bus here because the meat hole if it's about anything, it's about fucking excess.
Yeah, that's it.
And why not? You know? I don't eat or drink this way in my home.
Right, just at my home.
I do I'd much rather do it at my second home than my actual home because there I just, smoke dope and eat fucking Cheetos.
Yeah. And apparently you don't drink Fireball whiskey for Thanksgiving morning.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Which, by the way, happy Thanksgiving to all you cunts out, or friends of ours out there.
Your friends.
All of you good folks.
Which I think we should give our friends that have been listening to us this long a little gift.
Okay.
You haven't asked me a question in a long time.
Okay, here's your question. Name the only NFL team that has never, ever played on Thanksgiving Day ever.
The Browns.
You're close. The Browns 89. It has been a very long time, but they did play on Thanksgiving Day, but it was 1989 or something like 88, 89, something like that. Yeah, there's only one team. I didn't realize it because you'd think at this day and age everybody's played on Thanksgiving Day.
Is it an AFC team?
Yes.
Okay. The Bengals.
No, they actually didn't play that long ago.
I don't know why I felt it was an Ohio team.
Yeah, but they never have a very good showing. But
well, it's Thanksgiving if you want people to watch.
Like the way you're pinpointing, like, was it the Browns? Was it the Bengals? Anybody else in the state of Ohio?
I don't know. Browns have never struck me as a football game people will tune in to watch unless they're playing someone of note.
Yeah.
That is going to trounce them.
This is an equally terrible team, though, really. I mean, this is a team that rarely ever even makes playoffs. So, playoffs?
Oh, shit. Dolphins.
No.
Fuck. I give up.
I was almost going to say, hey, but right conference. No, it's not the right conference.
I fucking give up.
AFC South.
AFC South. Boy. Texans?
No, they played on Thanksgiving Day just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's true. God damn.
You had the right state with Miami.
Oh, the Bucks?
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, damn. God, they have 3 fucking teams.
Yeah, in Florida. And nobody gives a shit about any of them.
Well, Tampa Bay, maybe. They got one of the best receivers in football.
And they did actually win a Super Bowl in the last fucking so many years. But outside of that, yeah. State of Florida has 3 teams. Nobody cares about 2/3 of them. Probably 3
I should have thought it was an expansion team.
Yeah.
Which I guess, I don't know if you can consider the Jaguars an expansion team still. They've been around for 25 years.
So I was saying, fucking 94?
93, 94 when them and Carolina were brought in.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to get on that Carolina bandwagon. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm kind of glad I stuck by my guns of being a Vikings fan for the NFC and Colts for the AFC.
Good man.
Because, frankly, who the fuck is pulling for the Panthers nowadays?
It's a good question.
I
am.
Yeah.
For one guy, old CMC, Christian McCaffrey, my dog, my boy, my spirit animal.
I can name 2 players on the Carolina Panthers. Now I'm only a casual fan at best, probably far below that. But
yeah,
and that's Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey. That's it.
Those are really the only 2 I don't even give a shit about Cam Newton. Not as a person. I mean, I'm sure he's fine, but as a football player, I don't care.
No,
he has reached the end of his rope already. He's a young, mobile QB that hadn't played. He played 2 games this year.
That's why I don't buy that mobile quarterback shit. Everybody always talks about how great it is. It's like, oh, this guy's just so mobile.
Save the mobility for Christian McCaffrey, who is breaking all kinds of records.
If a mobile quarterback's what the league actually wanted, then how come the ones that the teams are all the best in the league are drop back traditional passes?
Sure. I mean, they're Josh Allen of the Bills. Now, he's either a mobile quarterback that just is getting real lucky this year, getting real Kaepernick lucky, like a mobile quarterback that no one can figure out this year. But he looks really good. He can do both.
He actually, but the big difference with that guy is, I think option A is always pass, and option 2 is to run. These mobile guys, man, their careers aren't long. The league figures them out. They start getting hit. They start getting hit really hard. But you got a drop back guy like Tom Brady. That guy has only ever fucking had one injury, really.
Michael Vick never won a Super Bowl.
Nope.
That's all I got to say about it. But no, that's not the fucking question I wanted you to ask me.
Okay. All right.
There's a question you used to ask me a while back.
Oh, gotcha. Well,
some people have missed.
Right. There's a lot of people like, hey, I used to listen because you guys did nothing but rage and fucking bluster and lose your minds over the previous proceedings of the several days since we've
which is what, because we would get drunk on a Thursday and get it all out,
right,
and then we were fucking rainbows and bubblegum at the
sure.
on Friday.
Well, and also the philosophy of live and let live and
live in La Vida Loca.
Live in La Vida Loca. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Goddamn Ricky Martin song from 30 years ago or 20 years. I don't know. But yeah, so a lot of people have noticed. It's like, how come you never ask Brandon how his week is anymore? It's because, well, it's not your fucking business. How's that? How do you like that, Nat? Yeah.
Goddamn pimps.
Yeah, so how's your week?
So
I'm assuming it was great since you had got to work on Thanksgiving Day, since you didn't have a wife or children and make bad life decisions.
Yeah, and you know, well, here's the thing. It was my choice. I was asked. I have the stroke to not work Thanksgiving. But apparently I guess I do, like fucking Al Swearingen said in the Deadwood movie. I guess I do have feelings. Because I felt like there were other people there that have boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, families, children's, to spend that day with, where I don't give a shit.
So these same people you malign and fucking utterly lay out there on a weekly basis, kind
I
of,
still have a soul for people. I still
let them have
faith in fucking humanity.
We'll let them have a good time.
Every once in a while, I feel like, you know what? You guys are going to knock this out of the park and really surprise me. Wrong.
See, that's where you and I differ. I already know the derelicts I work with, so.
Silka, would you give me another beer, please? Thank you, Silka. Silka's here with us tonight.
Yeah, indeed. Hanging out, wanting to watch the nonsense.
Yeah, well, she picked the right fucking day for it, man. All right. So it's a holiday, you know, holiday like any other. And our hotel's been really busy lately. Been getting a lot of workers, a lot of oil field workers staying in Portales and driving to Hobbs.
Man, I noticed the same shit. I drove past that new fucking brand new Best Western or whatever.
The old B-Dub, yep.
Two vehicles in that parking lot on a Friday. Like, well, that's because no workers are in town.
And they're charging $1.05 a room when you can go the Super 8 for $60.
Wow. Well,
and we got a rep for being decent on certain days.
On certain days.
This fucking hotel is falling apart. Falling apart.
Okay.
Falling the fuck apart. It's a 50-year-old building at the bare minimum. And it does things to my brain. Like things I have to be constantly on my balls about.
On your balls.
On my balls.
Like Mr. Belvedere.
That's happened twice to me. But but the thing, we have this door. I lock the lobby door at night. We have a north door and a south door that you can use your key to come into. And they're magnetically sealed. So when you swipe your key, deactivates a magnet, door opens, Bob's your uncle. And they have the hinge because that's a heavy fucking door.
Okay.
If it didn't have that little hydraulic hinge deal, it would just slam shut.
Sure.
Well, guess what? It doesn't have that deal anymore.
Oh.
Because it's just broken. It's just broken. So now every time someone wants to go outside at night while I'm working, I hear a big slam. All the time. All the fucking time. And it always startles me because it's fucking loud. It is so loud. I can hear it now in my fucking brain. I can hear it right now.
So you haven't posted a sign saying, please use other door?
That's the only door I'm going to let fuckers use that time because the front door is where all the meth heads and bicyclists
you said they had a north and an east and then the main. So.
Well, north and the south, but everybody that's on the northern side of the building are going to use that to go out and smoke their cigarettes or do their whatever.
Do their meth.
Do their meth outside in their shitty vehicles.
Yeah.
But so I get there, and immediately I see like 5 local people are staying in the hotel.
And that's kind of a
that's a red flag for a night for me, dude. It's like, okay, clearly y'all are here because you're doing stupid shit.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, the cops get called when that happens.
Yes. Yeah. I had a guy. He came down. from Patel's, and kept getting keys. Like 15 minutes, and he got 4 keys from me.
What the fuck is
Came
that?
down again. I'm like, look, man, I can't give you any more keys. Are you losing them? What's the problem? He says, no, they're just not working. So I go up there, and I try it, and there's this little shitbag, neck, chest tattooed white boy gangster wannabe dude there, like, on his phone trying to call somebody. And I go and try the key, and I get one blinking red light, which means the battery in the card reader is dead.
Ah.
Which means that door is locked.
Okay.
Unless someone is inside, which apparently there is. And I look at the door, and the fucking peephole is missing out of the door. And I look at the guy who I know that's his room, like, is that always gone? Was that missing when you got here? And the fucking creeper local cunt was like, oh, sorry, bro, and, like, puts the peephole back.
The fuck is that about?
Weird shit. I'm like, oh, great. So you're the ones I need to worry about tonight.
Well, I hate to say it, but technically, the way that these are set up, if you're kind of a little bit of a engineering genius, you can actually build a one-hitter, and it does require the fucking peephole, though. But
yeah, I guess. But if you're hitting meth crystals out of it, it's not.
Well, I learned that shit from Reckless Kelly, Texas alternative country, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, no, you pop out the peephole, and that's basically your bowl, and then you take the aerator off the screen off your sink and put that in there, and then it's kind of a whole process.
Damn, can't you just go to Allsup's and buy some papers?
Well, that'd be easier, right?
Yeah, but it ain't free.
Yeah.
So
that's true. A hotel, you're already on the hook.
Yeah.
And probably the witness protection program's paying your shit.
So apparently this guy's sister is in that room sleeping.
Okay.
So I go back downstairs, grab my phone, go up and call the room. You know, hotel phones are annoying.
Right.
They're supposed to be. It rings for a solid 60 seconds. I'm like, if I let it ring anymore, I'm going to wake everybody else up. If that bitch is in there, she's I should have called the cops right then. Like, if you know she is in there and she's not answering that phone, clearly there's a problem.
Right.
But I don't want to deal with that shit. So instead, I'm just like, look, guys, I'm going to give you a room down the way a little bit. Free charge, of course, because this is our fault. And hopefully your friend's not dead. Have a good night. I go to work the next day and find out that the housekeepers get there. They recharge the door, open it up. Deadbolts engaged. They use our little tool that we have to disengage that fucking latch from the outside. And sure enough, fucking woman there in bed. Not dead, but certainly not waking up either. So the boss lady calls cops.
Yeah.
And as soon as those people hear the word COPS, they are GONE.
Right.
They bail. They left their shit.
Oh, shit.
They left like a cell phone, bag, clothes. They were gone.
Wow.
Come back. Because the cops came, to do a fucking welfare check. Because that's what it was.
Sure.
We thought this woman was dead. And it'd probably been better if she was. They come back to get their shit, but it's just the guy that rent the room and the other guy's sister. Apparently, the trash bag guy that had removed the peephole got arrested that day because of her phone call.
Okay.
And she had to deal with a whole bunch of shit that thankfully I didn't have to, or else I'd have probably done bad.
So what you're saying is we should have had your boss on the show instead of you today, because that sounds like that been a way more interesting story.
That's just the first day. That's just the first day, sir. Day 2.
Oh, wow. All right.
Day 2. I do breakfast. It's this huge breakfast now. We do eggs. We do bacon, sausage. We do the gravy, the biscuit. We do all this shit. I do. What am I saying we? I do it. And I like to do it as effective as possible. So we have this. It's not even a warming tray. It's a fucking heating tray. If liquid hits a surface, it fucking sizzles. That's a heater.
Yeah.
I put everything out with ample enough time for that thing to heat up and get everything nice and hot just in time for breakfast right around 5:30. At about 3:30, I just put shit out. and we make these little, well, we don't make them, we buy them off a truck. These little shitty omelets with like fake cheese in the middle.
Ugh.
It's great for a stoner or if you work in an oil field, but
Or if you have no problems eating weird fucking food.
yeah, or
quote unquote food.
or having, fucking water farts for 3 days afterwards.
Exactly.
From undercooked eggs.
Got to wear my danger pants today, son.
It's not to be trusted. So they're still basically frozen. And one of the workers come down that we have there.
Damn it. Really?
And just like come down and see that there is food there. Nothing else. Nothing else is out. Not even utensils to serve yourself. And he grabs himself an omelet. Tries to eat it. Is immediately disgusted.
Oh, fuck
and I
yeah.
see him come to the desk. I'm like, oh, God. Okay, this might be where I get written up. It might be. It might be. Hits the little service button. I'm like, all right, go ahead. Yeah, he's upset. It's like, this omelet is cold, sir. He wasn't that polite. He used some fuck words.
Ah, good.
And some shit words.
Well, Clore, I have a feeling if you're like okay with eating hotel food, you're fucking probably, there's something a little wrong with you to start with.
Exactly. So, I say, sir, breakfast is from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. It is 3:30 in the morning.
Why are you in my dining hall, sir?
Yes, why are you in my food dungeon? So I have to take time to explain to him that just because it's out there doesn't mean you can fucking eat it.
Well,
When there's a cinnamon roll. If you want to come down and have a goddamn cinnamon roll, but go for it.
all right.
You want some oatmeal? Fucking just knock your stupid, idiotic fucking lights out. If you want an omelet, your ass is waiting until 6. If you want sausage gravy, your ass is waiting until 6. You want anything hot, your ass is waiting until 6 o'clock. And if you eat it and get sick, you can go fuck yourself because you're clearly stupid.
Right.
And that will hold up in court.
Should have told him there was like a quarter pounder out in the dumpster, because apparently if he's not that discerning to where, like,
Well, if you could have waited 30 minutes, be like, man, I got some fucking pre-Thanksgiving, like, fiery hot Cheetos I'm about to get rid of in the bathroom if you want to eat that too. But here's the best. This was the best part. So it's fucking.
Oh, I'm assuming you didn't get written up then.
No, because thankfully I was able to explain to this guy. In a way, I was a little terse, a little short, because he was fucking hitting me with shit at 3 a.m. that I didn't need to wear.
Did you throw him the niceties of an E.B. Farnham?
No,
I can understand your concern, sir.
It was almost borderline Johnny Burns talking to Davey.
Okay.
It was almost that.
Good man.
When Burns was bitching at Davey for the auxiliary bar and manning it when they wasn't even busy. So, day 3, the final day. Even though I did have to work Thanksgiving, and that sucked, but it was just the fact that I was working on a Thursday night and not here fucking getting browned out.
Of course.
There were so many people there. So many for fucking Thanksgiving at a hotel. But it was because we had half families. And
I was going to say, a lot of people come to town, right?
Yeah, half families and half workers.
That's always a fun mix.
Now, we give our housekeepers Thanksgiving off. They don't give us Thanksgiving off, but they give them Thanksgiving off. I dig it because they fucking bust their ass.
Sure.
We all bust our ass. Hold on a second. They do one job. I do 5, including theirs. So never mind. Fuck that. I'm better. So that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm not. So it was half families and half workers. We have no service. So that day we had a sign out that said, look, housekeepers are off today. If you need towels or anything like that, fucking come let us know. We'll hook you up. But your bed ain't getting made today. Your trash ain't getting taken out. Go fuck yourself. Happy Thanksgiving.
Which seems to be in the spirit of the season,
Throat's starting to get a little scratchy. So people apparently can't wrap their brain around that because it's like, well, you're here. So that room should be clean.
Oh, so they expect you to drop everything you're fucking doing and go clean their room?
This woman came in. She had a reservation made through Expedia. Now, here's a fucking heads up, folks. If you make a reservation online through Expedia and it's not directly to the hotel and you make any kind of request, go fuck yourself because we're not going to get it.
Right.
And even if we do, we're probably not going to be able to honor it. You make it directly with us, we have more reason to fucking honor it.
Yeah, that's the same thing you'd told
But
our friend Dawn. Right.
They are requests, not guarantees, motherfuckers.
Right.
If we have it, we'll set you up. If we don't, go fuck yourself. This woman comes in, checks in at about 1 a.m.
Well, wow. That's kind of a late. Okay.
That fucking Wednesday night or Thursday morning, 1 a.m. Like when it was, I mean, the roads weren't bad at that time. I'm sure they were bad fucking north of us and northeast of us.
Yeah.
But it was just raining at that time.
Right.
And checked in, she had a room with one queen bed in it. We didn't have any. So I was like, this is all right. This is no big deal because we have rooms.
Sure.
I'm just going to have to upgrade her to a room with 2.
Is she trying to throw a fit? She made a fucking reservation for.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, on her reservation, on when she made it through
Expedia, right?
She wanted bottom floor. Was told there was an elevator, and I don't even know why that had any bearing if she wanted the ground floor. Probably if that wasn't available, then there better be an elevator. Apparently, on Expedia, it says we have an elevator. I'd like to see where it says that.
If you had one, I imagine it'd be like that fucking one we had in San Antonio that I thought every time we got on that, it's like, this might be my last time.
That one going up when we got back from the concert, I was like, well, sweet death.
Yeah.
But that's all right. I'm ready. If I'm going to fucking die, I want it to be right now. At this very moment, in this elevator with my bros, we'll all die together.
That's it.
After going to see Tool, and it'll be great. Sadly, it didn't happen.
Right.
Maybe it should have. But, okay.
But that's the kind of hotel, that's the kind of elevator I would expect at your hotel if you had one.
Yeah, no shit. We'll just borrow the one from the old Best Western and put it in our fucking hotel where you can fit one person in it. So she comes in, and I'm getting a reservation set up. I'm like, ma'am, I apologize. We didn't have a room with a single queen bed available. However, I've just upgraded you to a room with 2 queen beds at no extra cost. Sorry. That's all I had, really. And she's looking around for the elevator. She's like, where's the elevator? I'm like, we don't have, this is a 2-story hotel, man.
This shit was built back when Lincoln was fucking fighting the Nazis.
It's like, this building is about 50 years old. So she's already pissed. She's like, oh, okay, well, I'd like to have that on the bottom floor at least. I'm like, ugh. Well, ma'am, we don't have anything available on the bottom floor. At this point, she loses it. She's wanting me to call my manager at 1:30 a.m. on a Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, fun.
Now, if this had happened to any other gal, it probably would have ended bad. She'd probably been in tears because she was lighting me up, dude. But I don't get sad. I don't cry. If I'm crying, it's because I'm really fucking angry. When you get those, the rage tears.
The ones where you try to hold back from killing the motherfucker?
Yeah.
Right. I guess.
So I'm sitting there wearing it. I'm like, ma'am, all right. So here's what we're going to do. You can either take the room I'm offering you, or you're more than welcome to get back in your vehicle and go out and find another hotel out in this weather at this hour for the price you were getting. Because guess what? Expedia, you already paid Expedia. We're still going to get paid whether you get this room or not.
Right.
And I said, and at the end of that, I said, the choice is yours. The choice is yours. You can either take this room I'm offering for you right now, and we'll all be happy, or go find another.
Is she in a wheelchair or something
no,
like that?
she's just a bitch.
Oh, okay.
And apparently that's the biggest handicap of all.
That is a big handicap.
Well, guess what she did?
Kept the room?
Damn right she kept her fucking room.
She probably fucking scoped out the classic American economy in, or however many adjectives you want to throw in that motherfucker down the road.
And she's like, and it ended with this. After I made her key, I was even nice when I gave the spiel, like, hey, check out is 11 a.m. on Friday morning. We got breakfast ready here in our lobby from 6 a.m. until 9. If there's anything you need, my name's Brandon. I'll be here till 7 a.m. She says, well, can I get the name of your manager? And I fucking reach over the monitor and grab a fucking business card and just slam it on the table.
Good man.
There you go. All right, I'm done.
For those of you that thought that was a gunshot, that was Brandon slamming his
I'm really going to have to go level that down before I upload this. Sorry, guys. I apologize. If you're listening to this with headphones, well.
There you go. For all you assholes who wanted rage, there you fucking have it. You better fucking not complain about it. So there you go.
Let's fucking move on, man.
Yeah. So you're not going to ask how my week was?
Oh, fuck your week. I'm tired.
Okay.
I want to go to bed now.
All right, good. Good man.
How was your week, my friend?
It was actually really nice. I was really nice.
Fuck you!
I got to say, it's going to be. I'm done buying it now. I think maybe I don't know. I think I'm done buying Fear Inoculum on another platform.
Yeah, no shit.
I think. I think I bought it originally on Amazon the day it dropped, so that way we could do our listening party over here that night, which worked out.
Which was
fucking
awesome.
Great. I bought the hard copy, which is on its way, and I also got a flat copy with that one as well, which we also blared that one over here not that long ago. And then today I had to get on iTunes and buy it again because fucking my iTunes stuff won't accept anything else.
That's ridiculous, man.
Now I bought it on iTunes though for like $11. So
well, at least you got it immediately.
yeah, well there was that, and now I can crank that shit because frankly I was making fun of Prong for sounding like they're kind of dated. I'm very dated because I'm still using old shit, but that's because my Jeep. Yeah, I the modern stuff I have, I can't do anything with it. The iPad, my Jeep does not have Bluetooth. It is an old
Which
school.
is good.
Yeah.
That's good. The experience every experience I've ever had with Bluetooth has been a shitty one as far as car stereos go.
Yeah. The technology's not 100% there.
No.
Even people that use that shit day in, day out, like my brother Daryl, we've ridden with him several times all over the place. That dude, it always takes a while to sync that shit up, and he's always fucking going, not that, not this. There it is. Okay, whatever.
Like I have 50 things synced up to this, but I need that one thing.
Yeah, man.
It seems like a pain in the and if you're driving, you can't do nothing.
Right. Yeah, because I'd had that goddamn loaner from the dealership. Yeah. Well, they had my...
That's my only experience with it. If you're a passenger, well, you're fucked too, because that thing is in motion.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, nope, vehicles, what? I forgot what the fuck it even was, but it brings up a warning screen basically telling you, nope, you ain't syncing nothing. You're driving.
Basically, you can get a blow jibber in your vehicle while going 90 miles an hour, yet you can't fucking sync up your phone.
That's what I like. I like car manufacturers looking out for telling me what I can and can't do.
It's been tale as old as time.
So, that being the case, I'm kind of glad I just still operate on an aux cable, so that way I can fuck around all day long, and there's really,
everything has that hole.
Yeah.
That sounds weird.
Well, I think we said something about sticking some pork in the back door a while ago to Silka, but that was involving trying to get her pig in the house. So,
yeah, we were being nice.
Yeah. It was kind of a little word fuck there. But anyway, So, I have no complaints because I actually had a 3-day work week, followed by a day off, followed by a morning I had to work, and then off. So.
Good, because I think I bitched for a solid 20 minutes.
Good man. Well, because we have so much to cover in MMA this week that we have to keep these wheels moving.
Yeah, no, we better just.
There's no fights this weekend, so
no. There's only a few news tidbits, but we need to get to the metal and get to LJ.
Let's go ahead and slide along to the metal side of the podcast now. Here for the Mead Metal MMA, and. LJ, naturally, a man in the field. Oh, no, he's not in the field. Our man that keeps an eye on what's going on.
Our man in the garage.
Indeed. That would be a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So, time to check in with Lowdown, see what's going on, and going down with metal.
Man, I'm tired.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Metal Reviews. All right, we got something for you this Black Friday. So bear with me as we go through this list of the Hateful Eight. Now, first up, we got the band Cattle Decapitation. The album is called Death Atlas. Now, a lot of people probably don't know this, but the band Cattle Decapitation consists of at least 2 members who are vegetarian, and a lot of their songs are written to put people in the positions that animals would be in, like animal testing and slaughter. Yeah, this is a pretty creative angle for an extreme metal band, I think. And as you can guess, it's a Black Friday release. Genius. Next up, we've got Jazz Coleman plus the St. Petersburg Philharmonic Orchestra. Now, I'm a sucker for orchestras, and this sounds amazing. But I'm not sure if it's rock or just classical music, but it's really cool. I've also thought orchestral arrangements set a tone rock never can. Of course, if it isn't rock, I have no idea why it's included on this list. Fuck it, buy it, you uncultured swines! Next up, Molly Hatchet Battleground. Apparently, a live album. Molly Hatchet is one rock band that you guys really should get into. Here's how I want to describe them. If Leonard Skinner got blackout drunk and passed out in a cornfield and woke up to Kiss doing a show, you'd have Molly Hatchet. Hungover but upbeat, these guys rock, no doubt about it. I want to see them live. Next up, Prong, Age of Defiance EP. Now, I want to use the term soul metal to describe these guys. They're heavy, but also really chilled out, like they snorted coke and Xanax chilled out. Actually, that sounds like it's a thing. Please don't try that. They sound pretty cool and listenable, so maybe this is a band that's rising fast. Next, Red Death, Sickness Divine. These guys have a really cool, evil, ethereal rock sound that bursts into a groove. It's like if Tom Araya, Lars Ulrich, Dave Mustaine, and Scott Ian all got together to form a band. Yeah, that sounds about right. Pretty cool shit going on here. Next, we've got Riverside Wasteland, DVD CD Special Edition. Starting off mellow and Nordic sounding and then getting hella British metal as fuck a la Iron Maiden. Yeah, these guys surprised with a unique blend of riffs they bring to each song. A bit on the prog side, but nothing that'll hurt your brain. Worth a listen or two. Okay, now we're getting into the tongue-twisting shit from overseas. This one, the band is called Sartagos, and the fucking name of the album is O Sangre da Noite. I couldn't find anything on their new album on YouTube, but basically they're extreme doom death metal. They sound like shit and they're boring to listen to. Fuck these guys. I hate boring music. That's all I got to say about them. And finally, another tongue twister. Tusmorke? Fuck it. Tusmorke. And then the album is called Lekker for Barn, Ritualer for Voskny. Here's my open letter to bands. Get a fucking name I can pronounce. I seriously can't tell if you're German, Swedish, Danish, or just shredding a dictionary and pulling random letters out to make words. Stop that. You're pissing me off and everyone in metal hates you for it. You know why I go into rants like this? You can't just have a cool simple name like Black Soul, The Age of Harpies, or fucking Shotgun Homicide, Guts on the Fridge. Fucking A, man. Get your shit together, bands. I can't even think of a word to describe this band's style. It's like pop with soft rock with children's songs. I wish I was joking. But seriously, this is what you decided to do with your lives? Form a suck-ass band and make reviewers like me implode ass first all over our computers listening to your turd of an album? Do yourselves a favor and don't buy anything that isn't phonetically pronounceable in any human language. Rant over. They're ass. Sorry about that. The list is somehow comprised of weird random acts, and that's what we get on this show, what we got to work with. But anywho, that's your metal update for the week. I got to go shoot down some stupid police helicopter that's like circling my house for the past 4 days. So take it away, Masters of Mead, and please don't buy anything that you can't pronounce.
And yet another. The dude does what he does, and he does it very well.
He could have been angrier.
Well, because in order to try to follow up your rage, who the fuck is going to handle that?
Sorry,
you know.
I like I said, that was exhausting.
Yeah,
that was tiring.
There you go. Well, that's why we don't
got
do
any,
it.
Like Pedialyte.
That's why we don't do that around here.
Gatorade.
Let's see. Other things having to do. Oh, by the way, looking forward to it. I'd talked to our friend Seth on the phone Wednesday night.
Sethy boy
had a nice hour and a half long conversation, and
I'm sure it was a sober one.
Oh, not so much.
I fucking hate talking on the phone. I hate it. But I'll talk to him on the phone because it feels like a party.
Right. Well, yeah, so we talked for a very long time, and it had made me. It kind of occurred to me because we were talking about jamming and stuff like that because he's going to be here for the Wine and Cheese Social coming up on the 14th. And it just now occurred to me, I thought, wait a minute, I'm not even going to have any of my music shit out. So I'm going to have to put all that in the spare bedroom so I can get this place looking all Christmasified.
Christmasified.
Yeah.
Christmas-related.
I might have to look into trying to get at least the Marshall, leave that out. I'm jamming every day now.
Should just leave the Terror and the Bagheera out, man. Doesn't have a big footprint.
Well, yeah, but it's not much. It's about the same as the fucking Marshall. If I'm going to be cranking some shit.
I'll bring my orange combo amp.
That one's got a tiny footprint. But it's also not terribly loud either.
It's not. It has a good sound, but it's not loud.
that head, that dark, little mini dark, micro dark that you've got is
It's a little on the loud side.
It's a little loud. That's actually not a bad thought, though. I might be able to put the Marshall up because if I leave that shit out,
if you want the option, that's probably the best way to do it.
maybe for keeping the size down.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, guitars, we can fucking just go grab.
Yeah, like I said, I've just been jamming every day, and it's kind of a bummer that I've got to put that shit up, and then I'm fucked until at a
Can
minimum.
you incorporate it in any way?
Like decorate it,
Yeah. Fuck not.
get it in the spirit of the season.
I've seen weirder shit happen in this house.
There's a corner I might be able to pull it off, maybe, but yeah.
Because, I mean, that's a big aspect of what this house is all about is music.
Yeah, and like I said, man, I'm getting in a minimum 20 minutes a day, a minimum. I feel if I don't, well, I always sit back and go, well, I can't get in a solid hour, so maybe I'll just not jam today. Well, I've made a promise to myself like in the past month. No. Even if I've got 15 minutes, fuck that, I'm turning it on.
I've been trying to do the same thing. Grant, I haven't been as steadfast as you, but every morning I got off work, I picked up my grandfather's acoustic and plucked on it for 20, 30 minutes before going to bed.
Right.
Good thing to do to wind down before going to sleep.
Sure.
I never really realized that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just your skills aren't going to get any better, unless you keep utilizing them. It's like anything, any other skill. If you want to be a handy around the kitchen, cook a lot. If you want to be good at fucking playing guitar, play a lot. If you want to be good at being a Rico Suave, bang a lot. Whatever you got to do.
That one's a little more difficult though, because you have to.
It's not a skill.
Well, it's a skill you need to craft with a second person.
Yeah.
Everything else you do by your fucking self.
Yeah.
You want to be good baiting? Bait hard.
You'll work your way up to being a masturbator.
See that? I set him up, you knock him down.
I'll go ahead and take that one out of the park here. All right, you got some metal news this week.
God, not really. Faith No More's touring again in Europe for 3 shows.
God damn, how long have they been around for?
Off and on since mid-'80s.
Yeah.
I think. I might be wrong on that.
You might be right.
I'm familiar with Epic and afterwards. So like 1990, post-1990, it's about as far as it goes back for me.
Because Faith No More, man, now I'm going to have to fucking Google that shit because it's bothering me. Because I want to say that was a band that was actually around when I was fucking like in like high school or some shit.
Did you see Ozzy?
Origin, 1981, San Fran, California.
God,
these motherfuckers are way older than I. Way older.
They were out before I was born.
I thought I was an old guy. Nope, I'm fine.
I wasn't even born yet. God, man, outside of that fucking Prong album coming out, or it's an EP, but it still counts. I'm still counting it.
I actually have metal news this week.
You beautiful bitch.
You remember All That Remains?
Yeah.
We talked about them last year. They had the guitar player Ollie Herbert.
Right.
Well, a Facebook page was started it's called Justice for Ollie Herbert. You might remember he died like last year, right around now.
Via drowning, right?
Yeah. The found dead October 16th, 2018, at the edge of a pond on his Connecticut property. He was reported missing by his wife about 3 p.m. His body was found by police face down at the edge of the pond where the water was only just a few inches deep. Well, anyway, the Connecticut State Police, blah, 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 they're investigating all this shit. They're treating this now as suspicious,
which is an upgrade.
They're looking at the will that he'd signed a week before his death, as well as a life insurance policy that was mentioned in the will.
Oh, God damn.
Yeah. Now, the Justice for Ollie Herbert group that was started, they put up a billboard near his home there at Stafford Springs, Connecticut, seeking information for his passing. But here's where things get a little weird. The will names his wife, Elizabeth Herbert, as executor and sole benefactor. Says that Oliver Herbert's sister, Cynthia Herbert, should not become executor or receive anything from his estate. The will also states Elizabeth, his wife, should get all property as well as any current or future earnings. Now, certainly, I would say that
Did
all that remains
did all that remains generate that much revenue?
No, not really. But anyway,
say, man, shit.
So, according to the Hartford Courant, the newspaper there, the state police have seized Elizabeth Herbert's computer and phone records as part of their investigation.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's never good.
So anyway, let the games begin. I think it's going to be kind of interesting to see what happens with all of this. They'd talked to the singer Phil Labonte. He'd called Elizabeth a garbage human being who was never allowed to join the band on tour. He said she would come to the local shows because we couldn't stop her from showing up, but she wasn't allowed because she's a garbage human being.
That's our kind of birds. Like, they're trash people.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I thought it would have a little ring of resonance with you there.
They drink garbage water. They are trash people.
According to the singer, he tried unsuccessfully to convince Ollie to get a divorce a long time ago. He said, I can't tell you exactly why he wouldn't do it or what the circumstances were surrounding his resistance. He said, I don't know. But I can say that I personally talked to him multiple times and said, look, if you need a place to stay, I've got plenty of room. Come to my house. Asked if he had an opinion on how Ollie died, Phil responded, I do have an opinion on it, but I'm not gonna say it. This is an ongoing investigation by the state police. But yeah, man, that's there's some fuckery afoot there, I think, as the kids would say.
And it took him over a year to get around to
over a year to go. Yeah, they're like, it's just a metal guitar player.
Who gives a fuck about that guy?
So what I've learned is, like, if you want the police to do anything in Connecticut, put up a billboard.
God, that gets work done.
Apparently so.
Well, that's not, man. If that dude got offed, I mean, shit, Kurt Cobain got murdered and he never got justice.
Did he, though? I don't know.
I don't know. It's an either or. It's a coin flip. It was murder or overdose.
I'm certain he was driven to it.
Courtney Love would drive a man and fucking blow his brains out.
Fuck yes.
Even today. Well, shit. Got
I'd have
anything
to be
else?
on like 5 or 6 different prescription drugs and smoke clove cigarettes to fucking live with that.
Oh, man. I used to love those fucking things. I felt so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they smell so good. They crackle when you light them, man. This is great.
Yeah.
And then you hear about people's lungs turning into goddamn geodes.
Turning into blood.
It was like, didn't it crystallize that one kid's lungs, that congressman from New Mexico or something, and they were banned immediately.
Yeah, if it affects those assholes, then suddenly, you got to.
Then it affects everyone.
Yeah. Got anything else going on the metal front, sir?
Man, I got to admit, I'm taking metal off this week.
Good man. Well, it's a
I'm
good week to do
you
it.
and LJ.
Prong is the big fucking release for the week.
I'm actually really satisfied compared to other weeks as far as releases.
Oh, I've got a question for you on this.
All right.
Albums we have pumped up on this show. Okay, let me back that up a little bit. Say you're like on a Peruvian soccer team and you're on an airliner and it crashes in the Andes and like you have to eat everybody to survive,
Right.
So you got a lot of groceries though, and you're the only survivor, but you have only 5 albums that were pushed by this particular podcast. What would those be?
Oh, Fear Inoculum.
Number 1.
Rainier Fog.
Number 2.
Had to be pushed by this podcast.
Yeah.
Whether it was a new release or music we've listened to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. That first Greta Van Fleet album.
Ooh, From the Fires. That's not actually a bad pick. I didn't have that in my top 5, but yeah.
I'd take that because that was a good one. It showed so much promise, but then they just fucking zigged when they should have zagged.
Yeah.
They're still opening for Metallica and doing all this cool shit. Well, they're not doing that anymore because James in rehab. But
yeah.
2 more.
See, and I had
Hardwired.
I'd had Hardwired at 3.
And probably Moonsorrow.
I'd had Cold Dark Place at 4 by Mammoth.
Ooh, hope
Or
we're on the
Mastodon,
same island.
And then 5. What was my number 5 now? It's like I had all this shit figured out in my head. I'm like, wait a minute.
That Deep Purple album.
Nah, I'm probably not that. Elder, Floating World. Yeah.
See, it's tough when you love shit that's stretched over so much other things.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing this shit for 3 years.
From Elder to Alice in Chains, that's a big jump.
That's quite a jump.
Doesn't sound like a big jump, but it really is.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to MMA, where there are no fights this week, but there's some big fucking news this week.
Popped out of the uterus today, right?
Yesterday.
God, I don't fucking know what's going on. Don't work on a holiday anymore. Am I talking to Kevin or myself?
Everybody.
Brandon, don't work a holiday ever again.
The room.
Bah humbug.
Because Lord knows I'm fucking working holidays, so, Not the upcoming couple, but yeah.
Yeah. We got
Donald Cowboy Cerrone, Conor McGregor, due to square off in the Octagon coming up in January.
I thought you were going to say the big story was UFC's returning to Mexico.
Kind of, but that's going to be a shit card.
How do you feel? Hold on.
Let's start
now,
looking at
it might not be. It is Albuquerque.
It's not going to be John Jones.
And Cowboy's not going to be on it.
You're not going to get Cerrone. I mean, those are the two big ones if you're talking about people that don't base out of there.
Unless Cerrone, well, no. If Cerrone starches McGregor, the last thing he's going to do is go to a fight night.
Yeah, and besides that, and that
But
fight's
if he loses,
January 18th.
It's a month before.
Yeah.
It's January 14th, and the Rio Ranch card's February 15th.
Right. That's too quick of a turnaround. So you're not going to get Jones. You're not going to get
Holly.
Fucking, that's what everybody keeps begging
Holly
for.
Holm main eventing?
Yeah, probably.
If that's the case, I ain't going.
Yeah. Nobody's even mentioned Carlos Condit.
Eye injury.
Oh, okay.
Because he was supposed to fight Mickey Gall, another card.
It's going to be a bunch of assholes we've never heard of out of Jackson Wink.
I want to see how that main card forms.
I really do too. And the tickets go on sale
December
20th.
Right.
I'm hot or cold on that one. I think it really does depend on the card.
I need more.
And I mean,
I'm not going to go to a UFC event just because it's there.
Right.
It's been like almost 5 years since Diego and Ross Pearson. That wasn't even your main event.
And that's the other thing too, is that I bet you Diego's on that card. And
do you even remember what the main event of that fight was?
The Diego card?
Yeah.
Back in
it wasn't the Diego card. That was a co-main.
Yeah. No, I don't.
It was Benson Henderson and another guy.
Fucking, well, there
That's
you
as
go.
much as I can remember.
They're not
going
to
fight that Benson Henderson won, where after he finished it, he still had the toothpick in his mouth,
which is about L fights he has, right?
Yeah. But it was his last real big win in the UFC, which is kind of weird to say. That was 100 years ago.
But yeah, just because it's in New Mexico doesn't mean I'm an immediate shoe-in to go.
I drove to Vegas to go to a fucking fight card.
Yeah.
That does not mean I will just go
we
4.5 hours just because it's there.
We drove to Austin, far closer than Rio Rancho.
But Cowboy.
But that's what that was the difference is because that was a big card.
Yeah, that was for Cowboy, Derek Lewis, and unbeknownst
James
to me,
Vick
and Jeff Neal.
Fucking Trinaldo was on that. And, I mean,
that was a great fight card.
It was a huge card.
Yeah.
And I mean, and a lot of people that we now recognize, like, these people are people with real fucking skill.
Yeah, ever since that night, Derek Lewis fought for the heavyweight title. Cowboy's about to fight Conor McGregor in the biggest money fight of his life.
Yeah.
And Jeff Neal is fighting Mike Perry in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Man, it's a crazy amount of talent that came off of that card that we saw,
Yeah.
And that's, and veterans and upcoming talent.
But
that was the card to watch. I don't think the one at the Santa Ana Star Center is going to be an end-all, be-all of fights, but I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it until I see exactly who starts to get announced.
Show me some
Holly
chingasos.
Holm, I can imagine, will probably be there.
The fact it's not at Tingley, I'm already like, okay, I'm in the positive.
Right.
If it was at Tingley, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, no. That's a shithole right there.
But it's at the Santa Ana.
Santa Ana,
yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll throw some shits at you. Give me some thoughts.
Okay.
Conor McGregor, Donald Cerrone. Let's just open up with it. At 170.
That's kind of weird they're fighting at that weight. Who the fuck is it that can't make that cut to 155?
Conor had to dictate that.
Yeah, so
It's
Mr. Like,
not
I can make 145 anytime I want. Yeah, well, you fucking can't even make 155, so.
He probably can. Fucking why? I mean, why go through that ridiculous weight cut when you're rich?
Being the biggest money fight of his career, I can see Cerrone probably. I like Cerrone's chances anytime that it's going to if it goes to the ground at all, because Conor's had Conor's had his pants pulled down every time.
It took fucking Khabib 4 rounds to tap Conor.
Right.
It would take Donald 1.
I think Cerrone's submission skills are way better than Khabib's. All depends on him just ground and pound and try to get you in a bad spot and then try to choke you.
Here's the thing. Cowboy's been wearing some serious shots to the head lately.
Sure.
And that's what Conor does.
Right.
And he does it. I mean, let's not lie. When he does it well.
But Conor, it's been so long since that guy has fought. I don't know if that left has still got the pop in it. I'm sure he can still lay leather on somebody.
Yeah.
But once upon a time, that thing was an executioner, and I don't think he's got that anymore.
Do you think, what do you lose more? due to inactivity? You
Power.
lose power
And
power
speed.
or time,
Both.
power or accuracy.
I don't think you lose the accuracy as bad.
Accuracy, I think. Yeah,
I think
would
you can
stick
pick that
with you.
back up at camp, but I think once that power is gone, I don't think it remanifests itself.
Unless with a little help, check T.J. Dillashaw.
And I think timing is. I think the timing gets hit the worst
Right.
of any of it. So if you're a dude waiting for that fucking millisecond window that you can lay a crushing huge left on some fool as they're stepping in. But I think that you really, really wear the brunt of that going away the more time out of the cage that it goes.
Yeah, I agree. Will we be getting this pay-per-view? I think so.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a no-brainer.
Connor and Cowboy in the main event? I mean, that's
I think. Now, when's Jones's fight, though?
Because
he's fighting.
That's, hold on. John Jones.
Because that might be kind of an important thing to consider as well, right?
Let's see, because he's fighting Dominic Reyes. I just can't remember when.
Yeah.
Let's see, February 8th.
Okay. We're doing 2 early in the year pay-per-views, so that's all there is to it. Because I will buy every John Jones fight. Every John Jones fight.
Well, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
When that guy shows up, things happen. Even that last fight, that was, some people would say it was close. Others would say the fucking refs, the judges had it wrong. I want to see him lose too. I want to see it when it happens, because it will happen.
Eventually, all fighters will lose.
Unless that dude just checks out and is like, we're done here.
Maybe.
I'm the best.
But
I'm the best to ever do it. Good day.
I do think that one's one I want to see. I don't know if Dominic Reyes is the guy that's going to get it done.
I don't know. It's a blue chipper type of thing.
And on top of that, I like being a John Jones fan. He pisses off so many people. Like, this guy's such a bad influence for my children. Yeah, that's not what he's there for, friend. He's a fighter. That's what he does. He fights people for a living and talks shit. So,
what do you think about Jorge Masvidal challenging Canelo to a boxing match?
That's a bad idea from Masvidal.
I agree.
That's what Canelo. That guy,
man.
That guy polishes off fucking top tier boxers.
Jorge Masvidal's been doing this game for his whole life.
He
illegally and otherwise.
He wants a money fight. I get it. Canelo would certainly be that, but he ain't going to get that fight.
He can get that shit in the UFC. I mean, he did with Diaz. I bet you he did really well for himself in that fight.
Oh, I'm sure. And I bet in Masvidal's mind, he wants one more. And he didn't get the Conor McGregor sweepstakes that Cerrone did. So now fucking certainly try to find something.
The fucking Nate Diaz sweepstakes was a little more lucrative, I think.
Funny thing about money is some money is awesome. You know what's even better than that?
Mo money. Nick Diaz might be coming out of retirement to fight Jorge Masvidal for baptizing his little brother.
That'd be a good fight. I like Masvidal in that one too, because Nick's an asshole, really. I mean, he's the better striker, I think, of the two, but I don't like his ground game as well as Nate's. But.
Mike Weeklejohn thinks he wants Holly Holm to fight in early 2020 and wants to fight Aspen Ladd.
The chick that can't make weight?
The chick that can't make weight at
115.
115. This Holly Holm ain't bumping down strong.
Yeah, well, and Aspen Ladd ain't cutting down to 115 anymore. Maybe even 125. That'd be a 135.
Could that be your main event in Rio Rancho?
Maybe. I'd be there to cheer on Aspen Ladd.
Yeah, me too. Which that means we shouldn't go. I don't want to die in Albuquerque.
I mean, I have nothing against Holly Holm, but
I will not. I can't. I'm not cheering for Holly.
I have everything against Mike Winklejohn. So
yeah,
he's torn down everything that was great at the Jackson Academy once upon a time. But oh well.
Jacques Ray thing about bumping back down to middleweight after Blachowicz fucking knocked him out. What do you think? Or he didn't knock him out; it just lost.
And that was a pretty close fight, man.
Yeah,
I like Jacques Ray,
but it was clear that he did not win. There was no argument.
Yeah, I don't like Jacques Ray in almost anything anywhere in the MMA community at this point. I think the guy's striking. The age is showing.
Sure.
And his dominating ground performance. Well, it's harder and harder for him to keep motherfuckers down. I don't know, man. I like Jacques Ray, and I hate seeing that guy get lit up.
Yeah, me too, man. I hate seeing fighters I like get fucked up.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the picks. What you got drinking tonight, son?
What do you got?
I'm drinking a little Fireball.
I'll have a shot of Fireball with you. So you're going to have a little Fireball?
No, she's probably not. A little spicy for her. So yeah.
Well.
All right. Let's see. Moving on from that. What do you got for...
I'm going prong, man. That EP just hit me in the right spots after the week I had. That is my pick of the week.
Yeah, not a bad pick.
If there were Oscars, well, I guess there are Oscars for music. I'd nominate prong for Best Picture.
Number of things have kind of caught my attention this past week. Strapping young lad.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of to a
for a
limited
guy that
degree.
had a good week, that's pretty neat that band's hitting you.
Kinda. I was
In
really
certain things, right?
Man, Blood Music has got out a box set by those guys. $300 for fucking the.
I thought it was sold out.
The test pressings, $300.
Oh, the test pressing. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that. I mean, that is so much of a collector's item that there's no market for it.
Right.
So it's like it could be $300, it could be $20.
But I mean, that was kind of the wormhole I went down from that. So, all right.
Should have gotten that Moonstar box set.
Anything fight related? Oh, by the way, our friend Alex fought in the Hoosier Fight Club last week. Is a DQ against his opponent. His opponent like threw a big old knee when he was grounded.
Beset by an errant knee. Looked like it did some damage. Hopefully nothing too permanent that needs a little bit of reconstruction.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope it's just swelling that goes down. Because that dude has been working hard.
Yeah, man. That's
And
a fact.
it's been great to follow him every step of the way. And damn it, we'll be there for the next one.
Well, time for us to get the fuck out of here. See you people again in December as we'll bring another show to you again 1 week from today on a Friday. And hope all is well with you. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. See you good people next week, right?
Goddamn pips!
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right, next week it is.